love you. I love you. I love you. I love you when I first started hearing your voice. And what you're doing, in the words of T-Pain and Gorilla, I love it.
Thank you, brother. Bless.
Hey, I'm down with you, man. I missed your last. Check it out one time.
101.7 The Truth. Bailey Coleman and my guy Damian LZ.
The legendary Dame LZ.
Yes, as Homer would say. The legendary.
You're the legendary Bailey Coleman, you know what I mean?
Okay.
When I tell people
everybody legendary on the air.
Listen, but it's factual though. Because when I tell people I'm on the air with Bailey Coleman, they be like, Bailey Coleman from they say the station name and stuff, the big station. Pete Jam,
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
I'm going to say something. I'm a conservative, as you know. I might not agree with you.
Andrew, see, Andrew, I'm going to tell you something.
He didn't like what Andrew doesn't want you to be a legend.
I knew there was something wrong with our barista out there. You didn't believe me, but that was proof. Proof was in the pudding there, sir. There's something wrong. There was a little accident, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There's something wrong with the machine out there. Somebody going to have to come. Something wrong with coffee. Okay? Something wrong with I tried to get my traditional,
mm-hmm.
cup of coffee. It came out the wrong color. So I was like, okay. And it had a little thing on there, a little sign on there. But Andrew says, no, the vanilla latte is fine. The vanilla latte is fine.
I don't drink coffee. Well, I do. I have.
You get your little spritzy drink or whatever.
Trying to be healthy, act like I'm healthy.
That's not I don't like those.
You don't like the sparkling water?
No, I don't like that.
I used to drink coffee, but it was so unhealthy. Like I would put so much sugar in it and put so much of the creamer and stuff that it would be it would be hot cocoa by the time I got
tell you this. I got a friend. We going through the drive-thru. Shout out to my homie Kat. She know who she is. We going through the drive-thru one morning. Because I'm dropping her off at work, doing the homie a solid. We go through the drive-thru. She want to go to McDonald's. Okay, cool. We get to the spot where you order at, the microphone thing. And she says she wants a cup of coffee with like 14 creams. And get this, 20 sugars. I kid
20
you
sugars.
not.
She's trying to give herself diabetes
why not just get a bag of sugar and get a couple droplets of coffee to put in there? I was like, what? And then I met somebody else that likes 25 sugars. I was like, what is wrong with you?
That is.
Just pull up the IV of sugar and open your veins and do it like that.
That is just giving yourself diabetes in one shot. Just one. That's suicide. I'm just going to end it right now. Let me just take this 25 sugars to the head. And then it's over. Because that's a lot of sugar.
That is a lot of sugar.
You're going to be hyped.
And they get mad if they short one.
Coffee people will get mad about their stuff not being right. They will get upset. I've seen it. They will, I don't go to Starbucks and stuff like that, but they will get upset if their stuff not right.
Yeah.
If you mess up their coffee and it's not, this isn't what I ordered.
This mocha lacca.
They put it down on the counter.
Chocolate, whatever.
This isn't what I ordered.
Yeah.
I used to work at McDonald's when I was young. And, people would go to McDonald's for coffee and stuff like that. And whatever it is, this isn't decaf. You at McDonald's, player. You know what I'm saying? What are you?
Be glad you got a cup of coffee. I worked at Burger King, but yeah, I did.
Fast food champions here then.
Yeah, absolutely.
It builds character.
It does. It really does. Especially when you got to clean the fry rack.
Oh, no.
Yeah, dog.
I wasn't doing no cleaning.
I mean, look. I was like, I got to clean the fry rack. He didn't put me on the fry rack no more after I had to clean the fry rack. I want you to know.
The key of surviving fast food working is to mess up everything until you get to something that you like. Damn.
I like being the cat.
Hey, I'm not lying.
Look.
They had me on the grill. I was messing that grill up. I was messing food up. They was getting behind it. Okay, that's not for you.
Yeah,
they put me on the fries. Stayed there for a couple days. Okay, that's not for you. You pretty smart. Let's put you on the register.
Yeah.
And then the register, I was a champion register.
Let me tell you something. Me too.
I'm in the front where to see everybody, and I'm not getting greasy. I get to give orders and stuff. So, yeah, that's the key.
True story.
Let me hear you.
Back in the day, Okay, first of all, I worked at Burger King in the Greyhound bus station in Seattle, Washington. Shout out to them,
Wow.
if they still there. So look, I ended up being the cashier because I would mess up on everything else, just like you said, and they're going to take you off that area if you mess up. I couldn't do it. The fry rack was not me.
Skin be greasy, you get pimples and stuff.
All of these things.
Right.
So I get up there, and I'm like, back then, Burger King had microphones. So you had to talk into, I'm dating myself. But anyway, Burger King had microphones, and if somebody ordered something, you had to say, if it was a sandwich, you had to say it in the mic.
Mm-hmm.
And so it'd be like, Whaler with cheese, Whaler no cheese.
That's how you send it to the back.
Yeah, Whopper with cheese, and that's how you do it on the mic so they know to cook it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dog, everybody's like, oh, you need to be in radio.
And this is how we got the Legendary Daily.
This is how the journey began.
We thank Burger King. Shout out to the King.
Shout out to the King.
We thank Burger King. How was your evening last night, baby?
You know what? I went to work my other job after here, and that was cool. And then, I went to the crib and I went to sleep because I was tired. And I woke up.
I was telling Andrew that this morning. I was like, I had been getting up at 5:45, and I was pushing the time as to when I got here. So, after being coached, like, get here a little early. So I started going to sleep a little earlier and trying to wake up. And that 15 to 20 minutes earlier that I'm waking up makes a hell of a difference when it's in the 5 o'clock hour, right?
Yeah, it does.
It is like, it is. Those of y'all that in the YouTube chat, y'all check us out on the YouTube chat, call in, check us out on Facebook Live.
Facebook Live, you can chat there too.
Yeah, y'all know because y'all awake. Y'all awake probably at work doing stuff.
Yeah.
Shout out to RN Kawanda. Shout out to Anita Nicole that's on here. Shout out to Sincere Ronnie Ray that's on here.
Hey, everybody.
Y'all up early. Y'all know that 10, 15 minutes make a difference.
Yes, it does. And don't forget our Truth Talk and text line, 833-212-1017. I got to tell you, it makes a total difference.
Oh, yeah. It affected me.
I mean, it could be, were you pressing the snooze?
Oh, yeah. I haven't had to be up this early. I haven't been up, I might be telling on myself, but I haven't had to be up this early since I worked at, like, DNS, and I would do, like, and I was going to school at the time, so I was working and going to UWM at the time.
Okay.
And I would have to be at work at 6 o'clock so that I could get off at 2 to go to school and be at school by 3 and do all that stuff, right?
Right.
That was how we set up. So it was called flex time. So you just start earlier than everybody else.
Right.
And you work your straight 8. You put your 15-minute breaks together for 30-minute lunch break, but it doesn't count against you. So you can just, because it's your 15-minute breaks and stuff, right?
Right.
So I did all of that for 4 or 5 years just so I could get out of college. But I say during that time, I was pushing it to be there at 6 o'clock. It was wild because I had to, I had a family and stuff like that. So I got to get up, get myself ready, help get them ready, and then I'm leaving to go to work at 6. They don't got to be at school to 7 and stuff like that. But it was. Yeah, I've had car accidents.
Yeah.
Get to work on time to do it. And then I used to have, shout out to Pandora, I don't know if she's ever listening, but she used to stand by the clock, stand by the calendar. That's point 1, Damien. And she, if I was late, that's point 2, Damien. And hit me up. You get it corrected after a while because you see that check and it got them deductions on there.
Yeah.
You get it together. But shout out to everybody that's up early with us this morning.
Yeah.
Checking in with us. Wherever you are, Facebook, YouTube, call in, talk, text.
You know what? I know how you feel. I had a radio job that was like that. When I was I was working 2 jobs, because a lot of times when you're in radio, you got to work too.
Yeah.
There you go. See, Andrew knows what that is. And I worked it wasn't overnights, but it was the late night shift.
Mm-hmm.
From, I was like 10 to 2, but I had to get up. So I worked from 10 to 2 doing the Quiet Storm. And after I got off at 2, I had to drive home. So that was another hour. So I finally would get into bed by about 3:30 in the morning, but I had to be to work at 6. at my hospital job.
Wow.
See, so I go home, get that little bit of tease of some sleep, and then have to get up and go into the hospital and work 8 hours.
I can't remember a time when I didn't work 2 jobs. I was always doing. That's just.
Was you always hustling like that?
That's how I was raised. I've always, since my adult life, I've always worked more than one job.
I'll tell you, in radio.
Now, those jobs may have been funner, like when I was doing Black Elephant and doing all of that
right.
stuff. That's still a job.
It's still a job.
Because we still got to go and do tour and do stuff. But so that period was more fun. But after that, then I started working at the Rave, and that wasn't. That was cool.
It was cool.
Right.
See, you're still in entertainment.
I'm still in entertainment and stuff like that. And, then once I got over to City Hall, was I still at the Rave? No, I wasn't at the Rave anymore. I kind of chilled out on working because I didn't want to have those questions about, you work for this person, you work for that person. It was more eyes on you as far as who you work for, what you're doing, and stuff like that. Right?
Gotcha.
But as of late, I've been working like crazy because I got kids in college.
Yeah, hey.
That hustle don't stop.
Not at all. Well, it wasn't until recently in recent years that, you can have a radio job and then it's like you have a second job there too because you're doing remotes and appearances and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of times that's how radio is. That's how you make your extra money. Mm-hmm.
We talking about getting up early. Andrew, what time was you here this morning?
Oh, right.
Man, I get here at like 5:15, 5:30.
Yeah. So when we getting up?
We getting up. He getting here.
Shout out to Andrew. We glad a great producer. Great producer. All right. When we come back, there's so much to talk about. But I want to talk about Bad Bunny.
Yeah, let's
talk about that whole scenario. We got that coming your way next. It is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
I'm going to say something. I'm a conservative, as you know. I might not agree with you all the time, but even when I don't agree with you, you crack me up. And the other guy, he just pretends conservative all day. And you do make me think. But when you do better than anyone, you think on your feet.
Now that was a compliment coming from somebody who is as Trump-loving as he is, that can appreciate what we do here.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
It's 101.7 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. When a customer chooses Pella, one of the most important things to them is honoring that trust and commitment. A lot of customers might have apprehensions about inviting someone out to their home. But when you see the experience and professionalism, you can trust them with bringing your project to life. Their vision is to be the company that people want to do business with. Watching them work from idea to installation gives you the ability to see firsthand the care taken to ensure the Pella experience is complete. When you want long-lasting comfort and reliability, it's easy to trust Pella. Every piece is specifically constructed for you and your home, always designed with innovation and rigorously tested for quality and performance. The Pella team takes pride in constructing quality windows and doors with meticulous attention to every detail. Order by the end of the month and get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 9/30/2025.
Tired of hearing no from other banks? No to a loan? No to a checking account? Just no? At Brewery Credit Union, we find ways to say yes. Yes to second chances. Yes to rebuilding credit. Yes to helping you save, borrow, and thrive. Work with our credit specialists and move your financial life forward. Brewery Credit Union, Milwaukee's best place to borrow and save. Visit brewerycu.com. That is brewerycu.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
1017 The Truth is the proud home of Marquette Hilltoppers football. Tune in Friday night as the Hilltoppers celebrate homecoming against the West Allis Hale Huskies on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Join our coverage starting at 6:30 p.m., leading up to kickoff at 7 p.m. Marquette Hilltoppers football is presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. And sponsored by Left's Lucky Town, C.G. Schmidt, Capital Insurance Agency, Boyle Fredrickson, Annex Wealth Management, Magic Productions, and Burghardt Sporting Goods. This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
Good morning to you. You're checking out Truth in the Morning with Bailey Coleman and the legendary
Dame LZ in the building.
Dame LZ. Yes. Good morning, Truth Nation. Shout out to my sister who's listening.
Shout out to sister.
Way out there on the western seaboard.
Family that loves me so much.
Oh, yeah. Look, she texted me. It was like, because it's 2 hours. They're 2 hours earlier than us.
Okay.
Right. Or we're 2 hours ahead. And she's like, yeah, I'm here. I don't know why.
It's early. That's love. That's support.
That is.
Shout out to my family that's listening as well.
You can't beat that family support. They support me all the time. All 18 million of them out there. My fam on the West Coast. No, I got a huge family. So I love them all. So look, when I woke up and I saw that Bad Bunny is going to be doing the Super Bowl, I was like, okay, cool. But then when I saw how he laid it out and what he said, he was like, I'm doing this for my people and yada, yada. And I was like, I ain't mad because Kendrick did it for us last year. He did it for the people.
Yeah. And I ain't mad at it either.
There's a lot of haters out there, though. There's a lot of haters.
You have to explain who Bad Bunny is to the people.
Oh, okay.
So they can understand.
So Bad Bunny is, he's Puerto Rican, right? He's Puerto Rican. What? He's a music artist. What genre would you say that was?
I want to say it's reggaeton.
Yeah, it's reggaeton, but he's got a little hip hop and all that in it too.
It's reggaeton, hip hop type of stuff.
I first really noticed him on Cardi B's "I Like It Like That." That's the first time I had heard of him, and I had heard like him and Daddy Yankee, all in the same, kind of breath,
Yeah, that's definitely reggaeton.
Yeah, reggaeton artist. And but he really came to prominence for me on Cardi B's "I Like It Like That," her remix, because that wasn't the original version of that song either. I found that out later. I was like, what? That ain't all right, but I ain't mad at her or him for doing it or nothing, and I totally support his Super Bowl presence. I think that's going to be great.
I think the also you have to add the caveat to it that I believe his Bad Bunny goes. He's like non-binary. Like he likes men and women. He's if you check out his fits and what he does, you'll see that
he like it all.
You said it, not me.
All right.
I threw you under the bus right then.
All right, you just a little bit.
So not only are you gonna have somebody up there speaking Spanish. Now we talking about reggaeton,
right?
But he speaks Spanish.
Yeah,
he raps in Spanish. His music is in Spanish. The majority of it is in Spanish.
Right.
So I saw somebody on Instagram last night talking about this.
Okay.
Right? And they were saying how people were mad at Kendrick because they couldn't understand the symbolism and what he was doing, and it was they couldn't understand what he was saying, and it was too conscious. Well, you really ain't gonna understand what Bad Bunny say unless you know Spanish. So in the climate that we're in right now, and this is why this story, as soon as we sat down, we had other stuff we wanted to talk about. But when we saw this up on the screen and we started talking about it, we realized this is a great story because it's a microcosm of America in that Americans are about to be pissed off.
Right.
Because if Kendrick pissed you off, you about to have a non-binary Latino man
right
up here speaking Spanish
right
to the whole world. So in the times that we in where everybody's getting, immigration and people getting deported, the NFL and Jay-Z decided we're going to put Bad Bunny. Now, I'm not saying this is a revolutionary act and people get on Jay-Z's butt about the things that he does.
They're mad at Jay-Z for even being in the position to be able to do that.
But him placing... Jay-Z is a petty dude.
Yes, he is.
If you know anything about him and you've read anything about him, you would understand his pettiness.
Uh-huh.
And I think this is a petty move on his behalf to okay, I can't come out and vocally say, forget Donald Trump and forget ICE and forget.
Right.
I'm just going to put, even though Puerto Rico is not, they don't get deported, it's part of the U.S.
Part of the
I'm going to put a Spanish-speaking person up here. They're going to speak Spanish. They're going to say what they need to say. They're going to say it to Spanish-speaking people, and y'all are not going to understand a word he's saying.
Yep. Let's see if they have the subtitles up there.
Let's see.
Let's see if they have the subtitles. I mean, why not? But, they did some research on this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there are a lot of Hispanic people that watch the Super Bowl and that like the NFL. So, and they're just one of the things about this is they're working to increase that audience share.
Mm.
So
it's
why
a good
not?
Move that way,
it's a great move.
Right.
It's a great move.
But the point is,
I'm not gonna watch. I'm probably not gonna watch. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna watch. Well, it depends on who's in the Super Bowl, right? It depends on who's in. I mean, I might watch. But I'm not in an intent. What are you going to say, Andrew?
How are you not going to watch the Super Bowl?
Man, I can't tell you how many Super Bowls I have not watched.
I was going to let it slide with how you watch the Super Bowl.
No. It just all depends on my life at the time.
That's like saying I'm not going to celebrate Christmas.
No, not the same. I love celebrating Christmas.
To us, it's that way because you can't imagine whether it's a boring Super Bowl or not. We're going to watch it at least a little bit, right?
Yeah, I'm going to skip Thanksgiving this year. No, you watch the Super Bowl.
No, I'm like, look, let me hit the high because I was all in last year. I was all in with Kendrick.
I called her Barry. Bailey's lack of enthusiasm when it comes to anything with sports is amazing to me. It is amazing that in 2025 we have somebody that doesn't give a hair about anything athletic.
Wait a minute.
It's not even sports, though. It's like the halftime performance, the commercial. There's so many other things.
I just want
You're talking to a woman who never been to a Bucks game.
I want y'all to know. I want y'all to know that my family who is listening is totally not like that. Not like that at all. They are Seahawks fans. My brothers played football, college football. My brother used to be a high school football coach. I had a brother that played baseball for a short time. May he rest in peace. We used to go when I was a kid. We went to all games. All games, all football games, all college, all of that. We went to support. And my brother played high school football. We was at all those games. I was in the band. Hey, I had a great time.
But the fact that you just said you're not going to watch Super Bowl, I may just watch it just because Bad Bunny is on there. Just to see.
That's not going to make me watch.
I need to watch
Kendrick made me watch.
I need to watch it so I can know what these white folks is mad about when they start posting that they mad. Because they going to be mad.
They going to be mad. They was mad at Kendrick. But, and I'm not going to lie, I kind of rolled back a little bit on some of the Kendrick stuff and had to rewatch because I was like, that is what he was talking. Oh,
that's
there's
Kendrick,
a couple of,
Kendrick is layered nuances to it. But Bad Bunny, I've never seen Bad Bunny perform. I saw, I had some friends and I was over their house and they was watching videos and stuff, and I was like, show me this Bad Bunny everybody talking about. So they showed me some of the videos, and I was like, wait, is he singing to a dude? Is that what he's doing? And I didn't know.
Oh, you didn't know he was non-binary?
I didn't know that's what he,
that was his deal?
That was his thing, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
And so I may be getting it wrong, maybe a different artist. If I'm wrong, y'all correct me, but I believe it's him. And so it just threw me off, but I was like, okay, that's cool. It was different,
Yeah.
I've grown, I'm 50, so that's not the world that I grew up in. But because of my friends and being educated, it's less bothersome to me, right? You know what I'm saying? Not that I've ever been that way, but it's like, okay, I get it, I understand it. And anything you don't understand kind of bothers you. So I'm saying white folks is not going to understand a word he's saying.
Not at all.
A lot of black people ain't going to understand. We're going to get some words.
But black people going to be like, oh, but that beat, you know, we going to be in.
We ain't going to have to hear it because we going to feel it.
We going to feel it.
Oh, they jamming.
Yeah, exactly.
We go someplace.
We get a little salsa in
and they'd be
like, hey.
I may not understand a word that band is saying, but I know they feeling it.
Oh, heck yeah.
Because they feeling it, I'ma feel it.
Yeah.
White folks a little different.
A little different.
I think they're going to be upset.
They're going to be upset.
Let us know, y'all. Y'all think white folks going to be upset at Bad Bunny being on Super Bowl?
833-212-1017. That's the Truth Talk and text line. You can hit us up, too. You can call us on that number. 833-212-1017. That's going to be crazy. You know what?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't mad at it. I tell you, I'm not mad. I like it.
And I'm glad, like I said, we was ready to talk about something else. But I think this is important because on some serious note, this is changing the narrative of what they're doing right now. And it's throwing it in their face.
It's really throwing. And Jay-Z, you know, that's the thing. Don't underestimate him. A lot of people underestimate Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm. It's bringing equity to the Super Bowl.
But it's bringing equity to the Super Bowl. and ain't nobody thought about that part of it. When we come back, we'll have more conversation about the Super Bowl. And what else you want to talk about, Dang?
I'm talking about the equity, the DPI, the way they get treated, because they're being equitable.
MPS, yes.
It's not just MPS, it's DPI in general.
Okay.
Department of Instruction, the whole state. So we're not going to just pile it on MPS, but it's the whole state.
It's the whole state? Yeah. All right, we'll get to that when we come back. You're checking out Truth in the Morning with Bailey Coleman and Damian LZ on 101.7 The Truth.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
We believe that self-care isn't selfish. I'm Maddie from Sweet Talks, a woman-owned and operated medical spa fostering self-love and confidence. We believe that beauty is about feeling empowered from within, and it's truly a passion for our team at Sweet Talks. Your goals are our goals. Our services go beyond injectables, including facials, lasers, medical weight loss, hormone therapy, and more. There's even a cafe, complimentary to all patients. Get started today at Sweet Talks in Menominee Falls. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
Immerse yourself in a place where bold ideas are sought after, where all are encouraged to bring their personal flourish. Here, innovation is a way of life. In this city, the beat flows. Together, we're dancing to the rhythm. Forward. Now, it's your turn to grab hold of that energy, where you'll remember not just the meals, the celebrations, or the uncommon coast. What you'll remember is how we made you feel. Come experience Milwaukee, where fresh meets fearless every day.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Here is Kyle Wallace with his truth.
Truth Nation, I guess I've officially graduated from big bro to unk status, at least according to my little cousin. That's what he said. Now, at first I pushed back a little bit, and I was offended by the assertion that I was old enough to be unk. But after a little thought, y'all, I actually embraced the label of being unk and the responsibility which comes with being quote-unquote unk. See, as unk, I think it's my duty to look out for and support the youth and young cats coming up after me. Embrace the role as being a mentor and role model and aim to protect our kids at all costs. With the news cycle always seemingly being negative towards the youth, we need to take it back upon ourselves to change the narrative and uplift our youth. Our kids are so much more than fights, stolen cars, Kia boys, or acting a fool in public. We can't allow a small population of children to depict who our kids really are in the city of Milwaukee. You have to resist the urge to want to bash our kids and be so quick to pass judgment or disparage the youth. And we gotta stop acting as if we were not once in their shoes, making poor decisions, having regrets. I know we have all been there. Now, regardless of how funny it may sound to say YN, don't label our kids that. That is far from a term of endearment, and we have to remember you become what people call you. If someone calls you dumb over and over and over again, you may start believing that you are dumb, and you may start having self-doubt in oneself. Don't put that type of self-hating energy on our youth, Milwaukee. We need to call them YKs and YQs for young kings and young queens, even when they might frustrate you. Remember, they are still only kids. With the summer being here, there is no better time to encourage them to aspire to be great. Give them positive reinforcement. Give them positive affirmation until we get it through their minds on who they really are and what they can become. An unstoppable force of greatness.
Listen to Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace weekdays from noon to 1 p.m.
Still really slow out there. We got a bunch of issues. Northbound 4394. We've got the center lane. Actually, just as you're getting into the Marquette, now the 3 right lanes are blocked with a crash. That means you've only got a couple of lanes to work with and squeeze by. It is solid coming out of the Mitchell interchange. So give yourself tons of extra time there. We've got a disabled vehicle on westbound 94 right about at 121st Street. They're sitting out of their car on top of the median wall. Not safe. Please be careful driving past them. We've also got a crash on northbound 41 just as you're getting to Hampton. It is off on the right shoulder. The other one near Watertown Plank Road has pretty much been cleared out of the way. Delays coming up from Watertown Plank Road up to Capitol Drive, though. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Today, mostly sunny, beautiful, a high of 74 at the lake, 82 inland. Tonight, a few clouds, a low of 61 at the lake, 56 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
.101.7 The Truth. Truth in the Morning with Bailey Coleman and Damian LZ from the American Family Insurance Studio, the heart of downtown Milwaukee. I got Andrew producing for us. All right, so we've been talking about this Bad Bunny appearance. He's going to do the Super Bowl this year. And, you know, I mean, Kendrick did it last year, and it was lit. I mean, come on now.
It was one of the best ones ever. A lot of people had issues with it. But just think, though, if they had issues with that, they really finna have issues with a gender fluid Spanish-speaking rap artist.
He's gender fluid.
He's gender fluid. I looked it up.
Okay.
I wanted to get his,
his take on it.
His designation correct.
Yeah, you know. Okay.
You know.
Yeah. Let's go to the True Talking text line. My guy, Black Conscious. Black Conscious, good morning. You're on Truth in the Morning with Bailey and Damien. What you got?
Grand Rising, King and Queen. Honor to the ancestors. What's up, D?
What's happening, brother?
To the both of you. Well, listen, you got to love the smell of hate in the morning. Because, I mean, really, and I wonder if he's still going to attend, regardless of that, to really show his displeasure of that. And, if you ask them who would they like, they'll probably tell you they want some Leonard Skinner, give me some Kid Rock, and some Megadeth. And that's a damn concert.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that would be their choice. But, regardless of the fact, this genre of music extends all cross races, all lines. So, I mean, the man is hot right now. Usually the NFL go out and get the hottest artists to try to bring in influence. I mean, after all, we're talking Puerto Rico, right? So that is part of the states. So, but I'll give this out. Don't y'all come to that game thinking y'all going to get a free concert with him. They're going to be waiting. ICE going to be waiting on the side looking for anybody and everybody to fit the description. Even though you speak English, they're going to try to bombard you.
They might do
Fair
that.
warning.
Yeah.
They might do that.
Out and get a ticket you go out and get a ticket for Bad Bunny, and you're going to be looking at ICE on the way out. So watch it.
Yeah.
It could be a secret NFL working with ICE. So
damn.
Watch out.
He went deep right there.
Right. Okay. Thanks,
Black. Righteous Milwaukee.
Thank
you. You know what?
You jinx, but he's going to say the same thing. He ain't too far off.
He ain't too far off because Bad Bunny did a residency in Puerto Rico instead of touring the United States because he said what, Dame?
Because he didn't want his people to get harassed by ICE.
There you go.
And so then he goes to the Super Bowl, and and he's right. I don't know if Trump is going to show up.
Yeah.
Knowing that Bad Bunny he may show up to the game and then leave by halftime, so he's not shown on camera, participating in this, whatever he would call it, this. I'm trying to think of a Trump word that he would use. This mockery of American society or something. Something he would say.
Something he would say.
You know, this alternative section of our society, and you know, he might even call Puerto Rico a foreign country. He's so stupid sometimes. Let me not say that because he'll sue me. You know, the truth will get sued. You're not stupid, sir.
He come after you and them.
I'll take that back. I don't want to get sued.
All right, 833-212-1017. Stacy said, "Morning, Bailey and Dame. Y'all have been doing a splendid job. So get your translators out. You have time to get prepared for Big Bunny." Well, Bad Bunny, I'm sorry.
You said Big Bunny.
I did, I'm sorry. She said Bad Bunny, though.
So disrespectful.
You know what?
Big Bunny, he would be so upset if you called him Big Bunny.
I'm sorry. But look, get your translators out. Maybe there will be subtitles.
Maybe there. How you gonna subtitle a rapper though? Somebody gonna be working.
I don't know, but
that's like when they have
a sing along.
That's like, subtitles so that we can see it at home.
You know what though? I mean, if it's the Super Bowl, let me tell you something. We were talking yesterday about all these reality shows, but like they have subtitles.
Listen.
They do have subtitles, especially for the people that are from other countries.
Can you imagine the sign language that would have to take place for, you know, he's speaking Spanish, now this person is doing sign language, so they got to understand Spanish, and then they got to put it in, you know, sign language is one language, obviously.
Right.
But then they got to keep up with them and do all of the stuff. You ever seen that where the rappers have the sign language person on the side of the stage and they try to keep up with them? It's going to be even worse at Bad Bunny. You trying to read the sign language, you trying to read the language, it's a lot of stuff to get your attention.
It's not like the first time that they're going to be at rehearsal with them.
Yeah,
But I'm just saying,
exactly.
I'm just saying, it's just going to be, if I'm sitting at home, maybe I sound just as bad as a Trumpster right now. I need to shut up, because if I'm sitting at home.
You get a little deep. You are getting a little deep.
I'm going to be like, what the hell is this? Well, I'm going to cut it off and go to the bathroom and do something else. I don't know. I'm just talking crazy. I'm hating right now.
Speaking of sign language and things like that, can we switch gears?
We're talking about the Super Bowl being equitable, right? And that's what we were saying, right?
Right.
That's what they're basically doing. And if you know anything about what Trump has been doing and his attack on DEI on all levels,
yes,
the Super Bowl right now is giving you a Latino guy that is fluid sexuality. And he's rapping. Yes. And so it's three things that Trump probably hates. Mm-hmm. You know, those prognosticators and all of those people, the talking heads who talk bad about Beyonce, they really gonna talk bad about Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
So essentially the NFL is DEIing. They're diversifying equity and they're adding inclusion to their halftime show.
They are.
So knowing how Trump has been going after DEI, what they're going to do. Because they just showed it again, right?
Right.
And here in Wisconsin, they just showed it again, their attack on DEI because of what they did to Department of Instruction, like we were just talking about in the previous section, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, they're taking away funding.
Funding, again.
To the least.
Again.
Of us.
More funding being taken away from the least of us. Like, tell them what's really happening. So we know, obviously, and those that are well-read may know it as well, but what's going on with DPI? What are they doing?
Well, primarily, NPS is losing grants because of one word. What's that word, Dame?
Equity. Equitable.
They're trying to be fair.
They're just trying to be fair. They are losing. The Department of Public Instruction got $10 million. Listen, check this out, y'all. Check this out. The Department of Public Instruction got $10 million in grants for special education. Not even regular education, but special
education.
So again, the least of us, the ones that need our help the most, are getting hurt by funding, like we were talking about yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So they got a grant for $10 million. They only got $2 million or so of it.
Right.
The Trump administration, because the Supreme Court gave them the okay to say, you no longer have to, if these fundings that's already been allocated by Congress, that's already been allocated by all these other sections of the government, you don't have to honor that if it doesn't fit your administration. So now Trump is going back.
Yes.
Taking money away from people that have already gotten grants. So Wisconsin already got this $10 million grant.
Right.
And so now Trump is saying, now you're not getting no more, though. Because you used the word equitable in your grant. Now, a grant, if y'all know anything about a grant is pages and pages long.
Yep.
So in this one section, you use the word equitable. We're going to take your...
Well, they go through and even before they even read them, they scan those for certain keywords.
Andy, what did you call it? Andrew, what did you call it?
Yeah, I said Control F.
Control F.
Control F.
And they scanning it for these one word. And because it has equitable in it. Now, the previous application did say something about, using this grant to battle white supremacy and battle what happens to people that are handicapped and going through whatever they're going through, right?
Right.
But they said they took that out.
They took that out.
But they left in the equitable because they wanted, because the grant itself asked, how are you going to make this equitable?
Yes.
So the grant itself asked this question. So that's how stupid the administration is. The grant itself asked this question. They're responding to the grant, and then you're going to say, we're going to take the rest of your money and hurt kids in special ed.
Special ed.
Let me step off my soapbox, because that really, especially when we're talking about what happened yesterday with the cutting funding, and then you add in what happens today. There's really an attack on the least of us.
You're right. We're going to talk more about this, and we're going to get to Blake, who's on the Truth Talking text line, 833-212-1017. We'll be doing that right after the break here on 101.7 The Truth.
Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
This is 101.7 The Truth, Kyle Wallace, and the time is now, Milwaukee. Truth to Power is your platform, and on my show, our community always has a voice. There is no topic that is off limits, and I always give you my authentic opinions on how I feel, because keeping it real is the only way I know how to get down. Listen to Truth to Power with me, Kyle Wallace, every day from noon to 1 p.m. on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube at 101.7 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
It's 101.7 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. When a customer chooses Pella, one of the most important things to them is honoring that trust and commitment. A lot of customers might have apprehensions about inviting someone out to their home. But when you see the experience and professionalism, you can trust them with bringing your project to life. Their vision is to be the company that people want to do business with. Watching them work from idea to installation gives you the ability to see firsthand the care taken to ensure the Pella experience is complete. When you want long-lasting comfort and reliability, it's easy to trust Pella. Every piece is specifically constructed for you and your home, always designed with innovation and rigorously tested for quality and performance. The Pella team takes pride in constructing quality windows and doors with meticulous attention to every detail. Order by the end of the month and get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 9/30/2025.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
101.7 The Truth is the proud home of Marquette Hilltoppers football. Tune in Friday night as the Hilltoppers celebrate homecoming against the West Allis Hale Huskies on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com. Join our coverage starting at 6:30 p.m., leading up to kickoff at 7 p.m. Marquette Hilltoppers football is presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. And sponsored by Left's Lucky Town, C.G. Schmidt, Capital Insurance Agency, Boyle Fredrickson, Annex Wealth Management, Magic Productions, and Burghardt Sporting Goods.
Saving energy and money? It's easier than you think. Here are 2 simple things you can do to reduce your energy use and lower your energy bill. Use thermal curtains to reduce each room's energy loss by up to 25%. And make sure vents aren't blocked by furniture or rugs to improve airflow and comfort. Simple, smart savings. Get more energy-saving tips at WeEnergies.com. Again, that is WeEnergies.com.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
.101.7 The Truth. It's Truth in the Morning with Bailey Coleman and Damian LZ. Now, Dame, you were in the middle of a point.
Yeah, I was talking about how, and just to reiterate what we were talking about before the break, the state is losing $8 million because the Trump administration has decided, because they used the word equity in their grant for special education funds, that they are going to stop giving them the grant. They're going to stop giving them the rest of the money, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a blind attack on anything that would even appear to be normal at this point.
Yeah.
Because why are you would take money away from kids in special ed just to stop it from being equitable? When did equitable become a bad word? And if you look up the definition of equitable, it means making everything even.
Even.
When did making everything even become a bad word? Now, when they're saying, oh, you can't say it because it's helping just for black people or it's just for brown people. Okay, I hear you. I don't agree with you at all because of the history of this country, but I hear you. But this is just saying equitable.
Yes.
Let's make things even across the board
for everyone.
For everyone, and especially special education students, to get education at the same level as everyone else. We're talking about special education.
Exactly.
Kids that need our help to function on a daily basis, right? And that just doesn't mean that they need our help, but it's helping. They need extra help.
Exactly.
In getting their
whatever it is that they
reading,
need.
Writing, arithmetic.
Yes.
They need extra help, right?
They need extra help. And they need teachers. They need teachers that can provide that extra help, which means a lot of times they have to have special training.
Yeah.
To be able to do that.
And that's what this grant provides, and they're taking that away. This grant provided 300 or so jobs throughout the state for special education teachers. It recruited special education teachers. It created programs at universities in the state for special education teachers. So apparently there's a need for special education teachers.
Right.
And the Trump administration doesn't care about any of that. All they care about is them using the word equitable, making even. I almost cussed right there.
I know.
It's a good
thing. It's a good thing.
My mother was a teacher. My family was teachers. I had an aunt that was a special education teacher. I got a cousin that's a special education teacher. That's not an easy job, but they go into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to have it like this thrown in their face, like now you're gonna have larger classrooms. You're gonna have to deal with more stuff. If this was them white folks, they wouldn't do that, right? They wouldn't do that to their kids.
Not
because they
at
can
all.
afford to send their kids to a special education private school that works. We can't do that. So we need to have this in our schools for our kids that may fall behind and need that extra help. We need this.
Right.
And just because they use the word equitable, even, make things even, that's bad.
Yeah. Well, clearly, I mean, it must be bad because they took the money away, right?
Yeah.
And they shouldn't be able to do that. I mean, when the founders created this country, I think that they took that line out for the presidency, It's Congress is supposed to have the power of the purse. But they've abdicated all their positions. That's another issue for another day.
Thanks to the Supreme Court, they don't even have to do that no more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's go to the Truth Talk and text line 833-212-1017. Al, what's good? You're on Truth in the Morning.
First of all, I want to say good morning. And I know you said, white people don't take money from their kids. You're right, they don't take money from them because they molest them. That's what they do. You got a preacher out there who still thinks he can get an 8-year-old boy pregnant. So you're right. They don't take money from kids. They take their innocence. That's why they always taking money from kids. They don't care about kids because they choose to molest them. So you have to watch these Republicans. If it's under 9 and it's under 3, they're going to touch on them babies. Y'all don't have to say it. I'ma say it. They some child molesters. They ain't going to give no money to no kids. Didn't the president say if his daughter was if she wasn't 10, he would be trying to date her? We don't got to read the fine print to find out these son of a biscuit-eating pedophile, no-good raised bastards from birth who 75% of incest like what touching on kids. Some Republican right now probably trying to put his penis up in a 7-year-old boy ass.
Al got cut off.
Al,
yeah, we're not doing that this morning.
Oh, Andrew making a call.
Al, you
went from bad to worse.
But not that your point was invalid.
Right.
I
mean, we actually were talking about.
When you was about to say the A word.
Yeah, you can't do that on.
Shout out to Al though.
Shout out to Al
for calling in daily and expressing his opinions
and showing support. Showing that support.
And Al, stay tuned in because later on we're gonna in the next hour. At 8 o'clock hour, we're going to talk about exactly what you just talked about.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about the penchant of these Republicans and these people that hate certain demographics of the community actually participating in those communities.
Right.
So we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Al. Don't you go nowhere.
833-212-1017. He was on the True Talking text line earlier. We didn't get to it fast enough. He's back now, so let's get to it. Blake. Blake, how you doing?
What's up?
Hey.
What's up, family? What's happening?
What's happening, Blake?
Thanks for calling back.
Good. Bailey, you need some honey and some tea.
I know.
Get your nose open, but you good people. What's up, bang?
What's happening, brother?
Man, when points are made, they shouldn't be so sharp. But that's Al. Him and Sherman with that vocabulary is something else.
Yeah.
But on my point, dude, the word he would use would be, this would be a farce. Donald Trump would call this a farce because I went on tour with Bad Bunny when I was at the rave, and I didn't know nothing about however you get down. All I know is dude had that mask on, that big old marshmallow on. He's doing his thing at the rave, and it's just like when you're not, nothing's equal to him. You can't make everything equal. That means we're all the same. That's never going to happen. So everybody just needs to we've been wondering when it was going to happen, when they were going to, the true colors are going to be shown. True colors are going to be shown. They're permanent, and the not mistakes, but what they're doing now, they're erasing us.
Yeah,
they can't get rid of us because our DNA is too strong and our blood is mixed with everybody in the world. So, for being black on that, everybody needs to be independent of their own president. And I know they listen to me, and I wish they would come find me because you got to catch me too. But on that note, everybody be good. Y'all stay focused. And we need to stay together because that one finger you can bend, it's hard to break a fist.
All right. Thanks, Blake.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
He's got on point. I guess he would call it the word. I asked what he would call Bad Bunny and what he would do. He's right. He would call it a farce.
Yeah.
But and he's right about the equitable thing and how they don't really care about nothing and the true nature of who. Half of this country is voted. I wouldn't say most because I don't think he says he want a popular vote, but that's up for question. But anyway, a lot of the people of this, that's what's even shocking. A lot of the people of this country voted for this man.
Right.
And they're going to see that when someone just used the word equitable, that they no longer can get money. Equitable is now a bad word.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Going back to your point about they're going to see, I think people across the country, from the farmers to the business owners, are starting to see. But my concern is that the people down at the ground level, okay, this right here is a good example of them losing funding for special education and how it may affect some of the families and things like that here in Milwaukee. Mm-hmm. But what about the other things that are crucial to your well-being? People aren't seeing that yet. It hasn't hit yet. But when it hits, how's it going to be?
Yeah. Like when you were talking about Medicaid and we were talking about, you said that a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then you hear about Planned Parenthood closing.
Yeah.
So, again, y'all, this is affecting you. And let me just break down the word equitable for y'all. Fair and just, especially in a way that takes account of and seeks to address existing inequalities. Mm-hmm. So that is a bad word to this administration.
Well.
Wow.
I mean, it means fair. They're afraid that they're giving you money that you were actually going to try and evil the playing field.
They don't want that playing field even.
They don't.
They don't want equitable. And so that's what you have to realize when you're voting for these people, and all of you black folks that are supporting Trump and, he's doing God's work. Yeah, okay.
He's doing
God's work. Let's see about that God's work that he's doing. And y'all have placed this higher echelon and placed this man on a pedestal, but even our special education children are getting penalized.
Yes.
Just for using the word equitable.
Yes.
So I guess our question to the Truth Nation is, do you think that Donald Trump's policies and the things that his administration do will one day affect you? If it hasn't already,
right?
Do you think it will directly affect you?
I mean, if you ain't saving canned goods and stuff right now, you ought to know the answer to that one.
Yeah.
If you're not getting your life together right now, I mean, look, we're hours from the federal government shutting down.
Yeah.
If you work a federal job right now, I hope you got your penny saved and everything's good.
Because you're not going to get paid for a minute.
Because you're not going to get paid for it. It's like all of these things. That's why I'm so concerned.
A lot of times, us as a community, we see the federal government and we place it so far off, right? We like, well, that's all the way over there. That really is not going to affect me, but it is.
Yes.
All of this, I understand that all politics is local.
Yes.
And that's going to affect you first.
Yeah.
But the stuff they do now, is going to affect you. The fact that the Supreme Court said that Trump can go back and withdraw funding from things that the Congress and the Senate have already allocated funding for.
Yeah.
That makes the Congress and the Senate, purposeless.
Yeah,
at that point. So
absolutely.
That's going to affect you. So things that you're getting funding for now, you may not get funding for once Trump finds out you're getting funding for it.
Exactly. We're going to talk more about this. We want you to get in on this conversation. 833-212-1017, our True Talk and text line. Hit us up on YouTube because we're on YouTube Live. You can also hit us up on Facebook or at 1017thetruth.com. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell on YouTube so you never miss a minute of a live show. We're back with more on 1017 The Truth.
Come in with straight truth.
Everything got a message. I'll say this. Y'all can't be tired if y'all still messing with the negative energy. Every day I get on and say, the power of the tongue. Impulsive negative thoughts, reacting. And these kids watching you reacting all wild and crazy. The programming you watching on TV. The music. Now, like Security Mike said, it's popular to pop somebody. It's popular now. And these kids coming back to somebody's house. They coming to eat a meal at somebody's house. They hanging out with somebody in the neighborhood who got a house, who paying the rent. They hanging out with you. They may be your relative. They may be your buddy. That social acceptance is there. Understand what I'm saying? So when we really tired, we gonna cut it off. We gonna stop it.
Tune in to all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows all day, every day by downloading the Truth app.
How is it possible for somebody to be found guilty of something and serve no jail time? How is it possible that someone can get a first offense misdemeanor when it comes to marijuana here in the state of Wisconsin and can face up to 6 months in jail, but two men who are convicted of murder get probation? This is not what justice is about. Why does this keep happening, Truth Nation? And why does it always seem like black people die and we don't get the justice that we deserve? How should we react to this? If you commit a crime, you must do the time. If you take somebody's life, you have to pay the cost. I don't care that it was an accident, because it does not make sense to me how someone can be murdered and somehow they get no time. Even if you accidentally kill somebody, you are still a murderer, especially when you plead guilty to felony murder. Marijuana will get you more time in jail than killing somebody, especially when it comes to a black man here in America, unfortunately.
Catch Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace every weekday from noon to 1 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
Milwaukee's Black Talk lives here. You are listening to 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
101.7 The Truth. Truth in the Morning. Bailey Coleman and the legendary Damian LZ from the American Family Insurance Studio here in 3rd Street Market Hall. So, Dave, it's popping over there on YouTube, huh? What's going on? What they talking about?
Yeah, it's popping. We got everybody over here. Shout out to the people that I said earlier. Sincere Ronnie Ray. I didn't mention him. R.N. Kawanda. We got Clarissa Lawrence, DVJ, RC, Creation Muse. He was talking about Bad Bunny, and he said he has good songs. Dissed America at some point. Said he would never, but he has put on the dress, so he passed the test, and money talks. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, put on the dress and pass the test. You got a rhyme for it and everything. Okay, I feel you. DVJ said never heard his music, but I watched. Mirror's expression, COVID must have messed up the mature thinking process. And I told him, yeah, Trump messed up the mature thinking process. He made what we have okay. B. Bruce says, when answering the question of the day, which is, do you think Trump's policies will affect you directly? B. Bruce said that it directly affects us everywhere. This is really beyond bad. And the fact that 33% of the people on this poll, because it's 67 to 33% right now, think that it won't affect them is crazy.
Really?
To me.
Really?
So shout out to everybody on YouTube in the classroom. I'm keeping y'all involved. We doing our thing. We interacting. Check us out on YouTube.
Yeah, check us out on YouTube, Facebook. Let's get the conversation going there, as well as our True Talk and text line, 833-212-1017. You can call us or you can text us at that number. It's 833-212-1017.
And tell a friend to call in and check out YouTube, because we trying to get to 5,000, y'all.
There you go.
We at 4,530, I guess. I guess that's what 4.53 means. So I need y'all to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yeah, absolutely. Follow us and like us on Facebook. And of course, if you're on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And hit that like button too.
There you go.
We like all that. All of those. but it upsets me that people don't think that this is going to affect them, or they're just sitting back going, oh, we black, right? We made it through we made it through so many, our ancestors made it through so many things. It's going to be fine. And we did. But, as much preparation as possible was also in our favor. In some spots there weren't, but if we could prepare, we could organize, we could get it together.
Yeah.
That's how we survive.
We've always survived anything that they've thrown at us, and that's the persistence and the perseverance of black people in America. Is whatever they've thrown at us, we've always managed to come out the other end.
Yes.
But this time I'm a little bit more scared. I'm a little bit, and I imagine, because I've never lived through it, right? We lived through, the Reagan era and all of that stuff, but we haven't lived through a true attack on black culture, like Jim Crow, like the Reconstruction, like slavery, obviously, like the civil rights. Our generation has to. It's our first time.
Yeah.
We've heard about it. We've read about it.
Yeah.
This is our first time actually living through it. And I'm questioning whether or not we're going to have the wherewithal to be able to make it through. But I think we will. But we need to be able to spot things as they're happening. And if we aren't spotting things and keeping up on the things that are going on and connecting the dots, we won't.
And I think that's because there's been so many years of, you know, us getting through and going and moving forward and many people making progress, but not everybody, that we're kind of lulled to sleep or like, well, that's not going to happen. This ain't going to happen. Right. I can't tell you how many times that I've heard things like that. And what happens? It happened.
I was one of those people. When people were talking about, when people were talking about Project 25 and all of the stuff that was in there,
right.
Like, oh, they can't do that. Oh, that ain't going to happen. They're not going to be able to convince the Supreme Court that, you know, that he can go back and take money away from stuff. All the stuff that's in Project 25 that people have talked about previously to Trump getting elected, and he trying to distance himself from it.
Right. I don't know anything about Project 2025. What is that?
I just thought America, for some reason, and as much as I distrust America, and I, you know, don't stand for the national anthem and all that stuff, I just thought the democracy of America was stronger to withstand what is taking on right now.
Right.
And what we've learned is in 8 or 9 months, the whole totality of American democracy can be toppled. All it takes is somebody wanting to do it. And we've never really had somebody that wanted. We may have people that wanted to change it and do whatever, but right now we have somebody that wants to completely flip it. A social coup almost on democracy. A political coup that is bloodless, that is warless, no guns, flipping everything.
Yeah.
This is different.
Yeah, this is different. This is very, very different. This is like he came into office and said, who gonna slap me, boo? You know,
who gonna stop me?
You know, who is going that? By the way, that was a Real Housewives reference, but anyway, but it's like, and he just started running over things. Who's gonna tell me no? Who's gonna stop me?
Who's gonna stop me?
And then you look at the end of the day, and you know you've always heard that there are all these safeguards and everything. Well, if he don't regard the safeguards, if he cares nothing, at least Richard Nixon, at some point said, "Oh yeah, I can't do all that, can I?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave.
I'm gonna go because I don't want to be in prison." This guy,
he's rewriting the rules, and in rewriting the rules, American democracy is based upon a gentleman's agreement.
There you go.
It's all when you talk about the Declaration of Independence, everything leading after that till the present day is based upon a gentleman's agreement. A gentleman is not going to say you can't do this, that, and the other. Gentleman is not going to do that.
Yes.
So I may disagree with you.
Yes.
You and I may fight tooth and nail in the chambers.
Yes.
But we are both gentlemen, and in having gentlemen, we're going to follow Robert's Rules of Orders. We're going to do things the way they need to be done.
Exactly.
What Trump or somebody told Trump is this whole system can be toppled if you just decide you're not going to be a gentleman anymore.
Yes.
And that's what is happening now.
And that is what's happening.
You still have the Democrats and everyone else still trying to be gentlemen about it, except for my man Gavin Newsom out in California.
I love Gavin Newsom. I ain't gonna lie.
Like about it. But Trump is like, forget being a gentleman. I'm stomping on necks. I'm coming through here.
Yeah.
And he's basically telling you I'm attacking people who were against me in the past. I'm going after my enemies. I'm going after the Democratic Party. What you gonna do, boo?
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. Like you just said, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
And we're learning that the system of American democracy is not as strong as we once thought it was. That the ideals that we have held true in America are not the ideals that really govern America. We're learning what really governs America.
Exactly. And all of those rules and boundaries that were in place mean nothing if you don't, go by them.
The checks and balances mean nothing.
absolutely nothing. And we're also learning that he really did have, during the last Trump administration, how, you were getting these notes from people saying, we got guardrails in place. He's not going to go off track. It's going to be fine. Let's just get through this. Remember those little notes that would come out? We find out he really did have guardrails in place. There really were people trying to keep him in line. So it didn't go as far as it's going now. Because you can tell now that there were people there trying to keep him on the straight and narrow as much as possible. Because now all those people are gone. It's all yes people. Yeah. So he getting all the things that he wanted before, but couldn't get to it because there were people there saying yes, no, you can't do this, you can't do that. No, I'm not going to do this. No, I'm not going to do that. But now it's like, okay, that's what you want to do? You want to prosecute who? Oh, okay. Oh, well, we can get that done. What else you need? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And what we're trying to tell people and what we're trying to explain to people is that the federal government seems like it's so far off. It seems like it's off in the horizon. And things that they do aren't going to directly affect you. And that may have been the way in the past when you had those checks and balances and things had to go through things before they could get to you. Right. What we're seeing now is... And when I say checks and balances, I mean it had to go through Congress. It had to go through this. It had to go through that. What we're seeing now is directly affecting you. What the word equitable, and I'm going back to our story, the word equitable being in this grant for DPI is directly affecting you in your community, and that special education is not going to be funded to the level that it should be funded. It's not going to be able to do the things that it wanted to do. That's a direct effect of you. So that check and balance being eroded and being taken away has caused that distance that you once thought was long is no longer there. So his things that he does right now, tomorrow, going to affect you the next day after.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you got to recognize that. And in knowing that, you have to take notice of that, and you have to make yourself become more involved in what's going on around you.
Exactly, because our legislators that are supposed to be representing us here locally, it's like they don't even exist, some of them, especially, if they're of the same party. It's like they don't exist from his mouth to your table, at the crib.
Right.
Where are they? They're like missing in action.
Well, are they missing in action? Because, listen. What I often say about the government and what I also say about the federal government oftentimes is that the federal government is the barometer. It sets the precedent for everything that happens. So now, with that buffer being gone, everything is getting closer. So you got a president who's got 36 felonies, doesn't care
34.
34 felonies.
It's 34, right? 34,
I gave
Andrew.
him 2 more. What's 2 more? What's 2 more when you got 34? So I say all of that to say you have these people doing these things, right? And so now you have candidates that run for office that think, oh, if he's doing it, I can do it as well. And that's what we have in Wisconsin with the Republican guy, which we'll talk about on the other side of the break, just dropping out, right?
Yeah.
He just dropped out. So him dropping out, we'll tell you.
We got to talk about that part.
Calling all Black-owned business owners and entrepreneurs, are you looking to share your story and grow your reach? We have teamed up with Associated Bank for our Black-owned business give back each quarter. 4 lucky business owners will win an opportunity to spotlight their brand and journey on the award-winning 101-7 The Truth. To sign up for your business spotlight interviews, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That is blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on the truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank, member FDIC.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth. Need a way to hype up your day?
Hey, is this Carolyn?
It is.
Congratulations, Carolyn. You just won this.
Congratulations. Woo!
God is good all the time.
What would you do with $5,000?
I'm going to buy my nieces some school clothes because my nephew just passed away.
Aww.
So I'm going to get them some clothes.
Stay tuned into 101.7 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Talk to these people in terms of how do I register for this program despite my reservations and my previous experiences of rejection?
Yes, I tell anybody and everybody that you can buy a house.
It may take somebody longer than the other person, depending on what your circumstances is with your credit and income and affordability, but you can purchase a house. The first step would be is to register for our program. You can come to our office, 7830 West Burleigh Street, or you can give us a call at 414-461-6330, or just go onto our website, hri-wi.org. Register for the first-time home buyer education workshop. That's going to be your first step to home ownership. During that class, you're going to learn everything that you need to know from A to Z, how to get approved for a house, how to look for a house and put an accepted offer, and how to close on a home.
Crispy chicken just keeps getting better at Cousin Subs. Try our crispy chicken basket, complete with 3 white meat tenders and a regular fry, a meal made easy. And for the little ones, our kids meal comes with 2 crispy tenders, applesauce, a juice box, and cookie. Just the right size for growing appetites. Made with quality chicken and ready to enjoy in-store, online, or on the app. But hurry, these crispy favorites are only around for a limited time. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Milwaukee College Prep, redefining what's educationally possible so more children can pursue their dream. Join me, Craig Karmazin, in Milwaukee College Prep Thursday, October 23rd at Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall, and take a stand in closing the opportunity gap for Milwaukee scholars. Your support means quality education is accessible to over 2,000 scholars in Milwaukee. Enjoy food, drinks, and a chance to learn more.
Purchase tickets at 2025. TakeAstand.GiveSmart.com. That's 2025. TakeAstand.GiveSmart.com.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
It's Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth. Bailey Coleman and the legendary Damian LZ. Dame, how's it going this morning?
In the building, it's going great. We're having a great time this morning.
Yeah, we are.
It's very energetic.
It is very energetic.
Shout out to everybody on the YouTube Truth Line. Al, you know, we cut you off a little bit, but you're back. Didn't Trump give $20 million to Argentina to bail out their farmers? He may have.
Yeah, he may have. And then I just saw a clip this morning from some of the farmers here, one of the farmers here in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
And he was going in on it because he was like, you know, we got to pay for stuff to come back. He was just talking about the tariffs, and the reality is that Americans have to pay the tariffs that he's putting on all these different companies, and how much it's making life worse for the farmers and how they're losing their farms and stuff like that.
Yeah, that is affecting you directly, the tariffs. If you haven't been to a store,
yeah,
or you haven't seen these prices,
oh my gosh,
you just thinking maybe the price went up on the Kit Kat. No, that's some tariff stuff.
Yeah,
I'm just saying Kit Kat because it's just a Kit Kat. But
right.
I don't know if don't nobody hit me up like, oh, Kit Kat's on the. I'm just saying that, but I'm just saying like it's from the smallest to the largest. You're gonna feel it.
Yeah,
in your pocket.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I mean, he was talking about how they depend on different tools and machines and all of that, and think about it. There was a time when a lot of American businesses shipped their business out to other countries because it was less expensive for them to operate over there. Mm-hmm. So then they got to send the product back to the United States where some of their factories and things are. If that's the case, then they got to pay a tariff on that.
So it's tariff back and forth.
It's tariff back and forth. So people can't afford.
And that money is being passed on to because the corporations ain't just gonna eat that tariff.
Well, and then the other day, Donald Trump said, "Well, when we get this tariff money, we're gonna take care of some of the farmers. We got that for you.
So again, and I read this somewhere yesterday, that the American public somehow believes that they will get their comeuppance on the back end, that they just have to sacrifice now, and then on the back end, they're going to get their comeuppance. That's crazy, right? That's what people think, that's how it's going to happen. Like I'll just take this hit now for the team, and you're taking this hit now for the team, and in the end of it, you're not getting anything from it.
Right.
You know, and that's the part of the American dream, is people believe in it so much. They believe that it to be true, and that they are going to one day accumulate the wealth of Donald Trump, the wealth of a Bezos, the wealth of a Gates, right?
Right.
Because it's America, they have that opportunity to get there. When the truth of the matter is, you don't. That's not set up for you to get there.
That's not the game plan for you.
You need to realize that you're not going to get there. You may live a decent middle class life.
Yeah.
You know, where you get, but
if you're lucky.
But you're still 6 months away from being homeless.
Yeah.
You think Bezos and Gates and all of Trump's buddies, you think they're 6 months away from being homeless?
Not at all.
No, that's not it. So even at our wealthiest middle class, you don't get a check for 6 months.
You out. 833-212-1017. That's our True Talking text line. Hit us up there if you want to get in on this conversation. I just, people are walking around here so lackadaisical, like it ain't gonna happen to them, and bam, that's when it hits people right between the eyes. We've been walking around since he took office, from before he took office, telling people to stay woke. Mm-hmm. And this is what we mean. And you know what? For all intents and purposes, at this point, once he got into office, we couldn't really stop anything. Do you see anything that could have been stopped before it happened?
Just him not getting in office?
Yeah. Because once he got in, that was it.
I told you, with the gentleman's agreement. Once the gentleman's agreement was gone,
yeah,
and Trump decided, I'm going to wear this suit, I'm going to act like a gentleman, but I'm not going to be a gentleman. I'm going to attack those that have attacked me. I'm not going to, for those.
There's a whole list.
Yeah, for those of us that play sports, we always call it leave it on the court. Trump is not leaving nothing on the court. If you argue with him about anything, he's coming after you. And we talked earlier about you were saying that when we were talking about Bad Bunny, he got into it with the musician Jack White, right?
Uh-huh.
From I don't know what group he's from. What is Jack White from? Do you remember? And I don't know. But he's a rock guy, right? He's famous. He got into him and he said, "Oh, Jack White's a bum," because Jack White said something against him, right? Uh-huh. Why does Trump feel like at the president?
He's with the White Stripes. That's
with the White Stripes.
Yeah.
I like the White Stripes.
Uh-huh.
Why does Trump feel why does Trump feel as the president that he must respond to every time you're the president?
Yeah.
You're at the highest level. They're beneath. Treat them like they're beneath you. Why must you respond?
Exactly.
Because you feel like that person has some power, and you have to have all power. That's some dictator stuff.
Yeah, that's real dictator stuff.
That you just can't walk away from somebody saying something negative about you. And the Republican Party has enough negatives within it already that you want to go attack musicians, that you want to focus on your stuff. Mm-hmm. If you're going to be the leader of this party, focus on your stuff. Because we got the guy here that just dropped out of and I was teasing about it earlier with Al. He just dropped out of running for governor because he was, he talking, they got all this Puritan politics of the Republicans.
Right.
And this guy is talking about doing, reading transgender stuff.
Yeah, online.
Essays, sexually explicit essays and stuff like that. You got Trump back running for Wisconsin governor. Follow explicit accounts online. Bill Burrion is his name.
Let's go to True Talking text. When we get back from that, we'll talk about that. Okay, Brian, you're on Truth in the Morning with Bailey Coleman and Damian Elzie. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, I gotta say, I kind of viewed this happening like 10 days before the election, but I had no idea this guy was going to go as far off the rails as he is going. And for the folks that still think this guy, 47, I'm not even going to call him by his name, but for these folks that believe this 47 is like the 45 of 2016, they are sadly mistaken. This is not the same type of person we were so gung-ho about in 2016 when black unemployment was the lowest ever. That nostalgia is over. That nostalgia ended when we didn't listen to the fact that he was going to push Project 25. But the problem is, when he was running the campaign, he was lying and said he didn't believe in Project 25. When the whole time he knew that this was going to be pushed into the forefront. So I myself and a whole lot of other black Republicans were hoodwinked, and they need to realize that they were hoodwinked and repudiate everything that's going on now. There is no turn back from what these people are doing right now, and this is bigger than 47.
Mm-hmm.
So we're at very dangerous times, and this is. I mean, at every corner, at every aspect of normal life is being ruined by what this 47 guy is doing, and the 47 minions behind it. So that midterm election is crucially important. Democrats are the only salvation for this whole country. For this whole country.
Wow.
Democrats are the only salvation.
Wow.
If you go forward over the cliff off a Republican, anybody even talking conservative, anybody even talking tough on crime, you're going to push your whole generation, your whole kids' generation over the cliff.
Not the whole generation.
The only salvation, and this is coming from somebody that's old school Scarface type, old school conservative that used to be thinking that party had the best interests of people that just to get out of our way and let us live our lives. No. We've been completely hoodwinked.
Is that what did you just say Ronald Reagan had your best interest? Is that what you said?
No, I said we thought conservatives had our best interests.
Oh, okay. Okay.
At this point in time, this is not what anybody that's human is going to be benefiting from.
Okay.
This agenda that they're doing now is totally corrupt.
It's totally corrupt. Thank you, Ron. We gotta go to break. When we come back, we're gonna talk a little bit more about Ron. Ron's. It's Ryan. Brian. My bad.
She had me saying Ron. Andrew. You took all the time to make sure you got the name right. And she get on you about not having the name right, and she messed it up.
I don't know. He threw me back for a second. I don't know. We're going to talk more after the break. 101.7 The Truth. Truth in the Morning. It's crazy.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
We believe that self-care isn't selfish. I'm Maddie from Sweet Talks, a woman-owned and operated medical spa fostering self-love and confidence. We believe that beauty is about feeling empowered from within, and it's truly a passion for our team at Sweet Talks. Your goals are our goals. Our services go beyond injectables, including facials, lasers, medical weight loss, hormone therapy, and more. There's even a cafe, complimentary to all patients. Get started today at Sweet Talks in Menominee Falls. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
It's a bird bash at Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to $50,000 cash in the Bird Bash game show. Just play with your rewards card this October for a chance to win. Wouldn't you like to rake in a huge pile of cash? Bird Bash, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info at potawatomi.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 101.7 The Truth.
And what are some of the ways that you're inspiring people? Because, one of the biggest opportunities, in particular in the African American community, is access, exposure, and awareness.
For Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin, we've been here 76 years.
Wow.
And our mantra is saving the lives you love. So if someone you love needs a blood transfusion and they're in any hospital in Southeast Wisconsin here, that blood's coming from us. And so we're trying to make sure that we're communicating that, because I think folks maybe don't understand that blood can't be manufactured. And summers are always tough because schools are out and we collect about 20 to 25% of our blood from schools. Mm-hmm. So it's always a day-to-day struggle. We say that the blood that's on the shelves is the blood that saves lives. And a lot of times people are compelled to donate when something bad happens. And our mission and our job is to educate folks so that we can get ahead of the curve and keep 3 days of inventory on the shelves. Mm-hmm. So we're in a decent spot right now, but we're on the streets every day trying to inspire people to join our mission. One of our big projects that we're proud of is Versity on King, which is part of the Thrive On collaboration in the Gimbel Schuster building on Martin Luther King Drive. And next year, we're going to open a destination center there. It'll be a blood donation center, but it'll be more than that, because we've realized that we can't be transactional with our relationships in the Black community. We need to do things that are intentional and that show that we're there to stay. But the reason that we're there is because not enough people that look like us donate. And so for disorders like sickle cell disease that disproportionately affect us, the race can matter. But I like to say that, Black folks have a superpower in their blood. 44% of Black blood donors will have this rare trait that makes their blood more likely to be able to be a match for a sickle cell patient. And that 44%, that is way higher than what we would find in other races.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
Still heavy delays on northbound 94 coming out of the airport spur all the way through the Mitchell interchange, all the way up to the high-rise bridge. There was an accident there that was blocking traffic. It is off on the right shoulder now. Big headaches right now. We do still have a disabled vehicle blocking the center lane in the Plainfield curve. And then we've also got backups on eastbound 94 coming out of the Zoo interchange all the way through the stadium. Part of the problem, an accident off on the right. Actually, the right lane is blocked at 84th Street, so watch out for those delays as well. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, mostly sunny skies, beautiful with a high of 74 at the lake, 82 inland tonight. Few clouds, a low of 61 at the lake, 56 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
The Truth is Truth in the Morning. Bailey Coleman, Damian LZ, Dame. We was getting down to it.
Yes, ma'am. It's what time is it? It's 8:31 on the clock. If you got to be at work at 9 o'clock, you got 29 minutes. I don't know who used to do that on the radio, Jason. I just always wanted to do that, and I never done it till right there. It's 8:31 on the clock. You got to be at work at 9 o'clock. You got 29 minutes to get there.
I don't know.
That was before people had cell phones.
Yeah.
They always had the time on them, and they knew everything was so
exactly
well mapped out.
Exactly.
Anyway.
31 minutes after the hour.
Yeah. I'm living out my dreams right now with y'all.
You living out your dreams. All right then.
Yeah, but back to what we were talking about, and we're talking about the presidency and the things that he's doing with and the caller Brian, right? Was that his name? Am I getting it right, Andrew? Thank you.
Yeah.
Brian stated that they thought the conservatives had our best interest. First of all, I don't know when he thought conservatives had black people's best interest.
Ever.
I know black people are conservative at heart, but when it comes to civil rights issues, that's where we differ from conservatives, and that's very important to us because we're black, and that directly affects us. So we may be fiscally responsible. We may be, have these different ideas that are conservative at most parts, right? But when it comes to civil rights and respecting the rights of others, that's where we draw the line. And to say that a conservative, you thought they had your best interest was just being, shout out to Brian, but you being a kind of little naive and being blind in that's what you were thinking.
Did he say old Scarface?
Old Scarface Republicans? Is he saying Republicans from the 80s, right? So that's why Andrew was like, you talking about Reagan? Because that's when Reagan was in, Reagan tried to annihilate the black community.
Yeah.
Let's be 100.
Let's be real.
George Bush don't care about black people. Word to Kanye. Ooh. You know what I'm saying?
And so that part.
And now we have
part.
So through all of that, you still decided to vote for Trump. And somebody on and my man Sip 45 on the YouTube line said Black Republicans crying now, and they are.
They are. They've been left. Ain't no black people on his board there. Yeah. In his main chairs of the government. None. At least we got housing, urban development before.
But he didn't even know what he was doing. And this is what I'm saying, y'all. Y'all have to watch and pay attention how this is going to trickle down. And I'm using the Reaganomics theme on that.
Trickle down to, because that was his economic. Right. That was his economic
cause was the trickle down.
The trickle down theory.
Trickle down American.
Yes.
We had a guy that, like I mentioned this a second ago when Al was calling, and we've been teasing that a little bit. But Bill Berrien, like Andrew put it up on YouTube, and if you were watching, you saw it. He was running for governor in Wisconsin. Now, we've talked about all of the things that Republicans have done and the way that they feel about people like Bad Bunny who are, fluid and this, that, and other things that they say. Right. And the way that they've gone at transgenders and the way that they have gone at people's sexuality in general. Yeah. As a progressive, as a stomping point for them. But the hypocrite nature of what they're doing is that a lot of these people, they like that stuff, right? Yeah. They're talking bad about it, but in behind closed doors, that's truly who they are. And this guy Bill Berrien was no different. He was running for governor in Wisconsin, and then this again shows y'all how the federal stuff affects y'all. Mm-hmm. He was running for governor, and he got found out that he was on a website called what was the website called? It was called let me find it. Bill Berrien's whatever the website was, they were writing essays about, there was a porn star transgender that was writing sexually explicit essays that he was subscribed to. So he talks all this stuff in
all this conservative.
Yeah.
White is right. Yeah. White bread.
He's a Navy SEAL. He's all of this stuff. Navy SEAL. So it's America, 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 and American values, and these aren't our values. Yes. But behind closed doors, his values was different. Yeah. Not that, and I'm not saying what he was doing was wrong. I'm saying the hypocritical nature of what he was doing. He's reading stuff. So if you're reading stuff, that's fine. You're not watching this. It's better than some of these other Republicans that's trying to coerce little kids and involved in all of this other stuff, right?
There's those too.
He's just reading some sexually explicit stuff that happens to be about transgender, written by a transgender porn star.
Yeah. Well, you know what? If you want to get in on this conversation, make sure you check us out on YouTube. Yep. Or at 1017thetruth.com. And of course, we're bringing you Truth in the Morning from the American Family Insurance Studio. Now let's go to the Truth Talking text line at 833-212-1017. My guy Jay is on our Truth Talking text line. Hey Jay, you checking out Truth in the Morning?
How you doing, Billy? How you doing there, young man? How you doing?
Good.
I'm all right.
Hey, it makes no sense. I was just thinking about, Mr. Trump. He likes to talk about people, but when they talk about him, he gets real offensive.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I figure like this: you can't dish it, then you shouldn't. He can dish it, but he can't take it. I mean, I've never seen in my life a man who just you say anything to him, he's ready to get on social media, go, oh, y'all this and that, and that makes no sense. We got a baby running the country. I just put it like that. We got a baby running the country. I would say another word, but I'm not going to say that because the way he acts sometimes, I wonder if he is a female, but it's hard to say. But it just seems like to me, it seems like to me that, Jimmy Kimmel, I love when he back on the air because he don't give a damn. He going to say what he got to say about Trump. Trump, I know Trump online. I don't know if he gets up I don't know, he must be like up 2 o'clock in the morning doing all this stuff on social media. I'm like, dude, man, I don't understand. And then when you was talking black Republicans, was that Brian Daniels, the black guy? He called this man daddy. He called his man daddy back in the way. I'm like, what?
Wow.
I mean, wait a minute. The only daddy I want to call is, Jesus Christ. That's my heavenly daddy and my daddy on earth. Them the daddies I want to call. But as far as another man, a white man, forget that. No way in hell. I don't know what's wrong with these folks. And black Republicans, I don't know. You got Tim Scott looking like the guy
That's the guy.
On Fat Albert, yep. The mush mouth with the thing.
Oh no, no, Jay, not mush mouth.
Yeah, he look like mush mouth. You put the skull cap on. Blah, blah, blah.
Mush mouth.
He do. They showed him. Yeah, they showed him side by side. And I'm like. He was just like dude's brother. I gotta go now, but y'all keep on doing what y'all doing, okay?
All right, Jay. Thanks for calling. He said mush mouth.
You were looking for that name, Tim Scott.
We were looking for that name because he literally endorsed Donald Trump because they say he thought he was going to get a seat in the cabinet.
And that's how they feel about you. That shows the hypocritical nature.
He told Donald Trump he loved him on stage because he thought he was going to get a seat in the cabinet.
Now, that's just, they just all hypocrites right now. Because, go back to Bill Berry. He was running on family values. He had been critical of transgender people in the opening weeks of his candidacy. He quit less than 3 months after getting in the race. And why did he quit? Again, y'all, I messed it up the first time, and I'm going to come back to it. Berrien had an account on the online platform Medium.com where he followed non-binary porn performer Jiz Lee and several other authors
Not Jiz Lee.
Jiz Lee is a hell of a name, right?
Right.
Authors of sexually explicit essays. He also followed publications which are similar to blogs that dealt with exploring sexuality, including having relationships with multiple partners. But you want to say that you are against this because it's against family values.
Right.
But you're secretly late at night on your computer looking up all of this stuff and being involved in it and reading about it and learning about it. But you say that type of stuff is abomination to family value.
Right. Here, you know what? Total hypocrites. I mean, if that's you and that's your thing and that's what you love. Fine. That's your life. That's you. You all good in my book.
Yeah.
But you cannot then come back around and try to criticize somebody else for doing it and you doing it under. Down low Republicans. We got more coming your way. It's Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Teachers are the heart of our classrooms, but what does it take to keep the great ones in the classroom and to inspire the next generation? Join me, Kyle Wallace, and City Forward Collective's Coleston Morgan Jr. for the next episode of Forward Together for Kids. We'll talk about the joys and challenges of teaching and how education policy at the state level impacts what happens in our local classrooms. Tune in Saturday, October 4th at 11:30 a.m. on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth with a replay on Sunday, October 5th at 2:30 p.m.
It's 101.7 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. When a customer chooses Pella, one of the most important things to them is honoring that trust and commitment. A lot of customers might have apprehensions about inviting someone out to their home. But when you see the experience and professionalism, you can trust them with bringing your project to life. Their vision is to be the company that people want to do business with. Watching them work from idea to installation gives you the ability to see firsthand the care taken to ensure the Pella experience is complete. When you want long-lasting comfort and reliability, it's easy to trust Pella. Every piece is specifically constructed for you and your home, always designed with innovation and rigorously tested for quality and performance. The Pella team takes pride in constructing quality windows and doors with meticulous attention to every detail. Order by the end of the month and get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 9/30/2025.
Tired of hearing no from other banks? No to a loan? No to a checking account? Just no? At Brewery Credit Union, we find ways to say yes. Yes to second chances. Yes to rebuilding credit. Yes to helping you save, borrow, and thrive. Work with our credit specialist and move your financial life forward. Brewery Credit Union, Milwaukee's best place to borrow and save. Visit brewerycu.com. That is brewerycu.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Junior Achievement is proud to team up with the Admirals to help young people build the skills they need to win in school, in work, and in life. Thank you to the Milwaukee Admirals for supporting JA programming and for giving our students a power play toward a brighter future. To learn more, visit wisconsin.ja.org.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Seriously injured? Make one call. That's all.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
It's Truth in the Morning with Bailey Coleman and Damian LZ live from the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown Milwaukee. It's Truth in the Morning.
Yes.
Dame, Brandon's on the phone.
Let's see what Brandon
Let's go straight to the True Talking text line, 833-212-1017. You got a question or a comment, we want to hear from you. Brandon, let's hear it. What's going on? Hey, how you doing?
Hey, thank you for. I'm doing well. Thank you for taking my call. I just wanted to kind of give some comments as a African American Republican.
Okay.
I would say most of the time when I call in and I speak highly of being a Republican, I'll get off the phone and then Dame will be like he's drinking the Kool-Aid. But I want to highlight how we're all from Milwaukee. However, we've got some of the worst per capita statistics in the United States. We've got some of the worst outcomes for African Americans in the United States. Yet we've got African Americans in almost all the executive positions that matter. So, I mean, when you guys sit up there and you make these jokes and you laugh, the real joke is on our community and the reality that we've got nowhere else to run to.
Well, let's correct that, because in the city of Milwaukee, in the city, now in the county that's different, but in the city there are no party bases. So the fact that you're saying just because they're African American that they are Democrat, you're making a racial Let me talk. You're making a racial designation when these people don't have to designate their party designation. So that doesn't work. So keep going.
Are you going to let me rebut that? Because I think it's outrageous to assume that Mayor Cavalier is not a Democrat. It's outrageous to assume that a number of the leaders in our city are not staunch Democrats. I mean, I think that's just intellectually unfair. I mean, that's a great talking point, but that's not the reality. Milwaukee is a Democratic stronghold.
Actually intellectually fair.
Is that not true?
If you know the history of Milwaukee, you know Milwaukee is a socialist city. And
we're not talking about the history. We're talking about leaders right now. They're Democrats.
You can't talk about right now and not talk about the facts. The facts are you're making an assumption that this city is being, because nobody has to.
So I'm assuming that the city of Milwaukee is majority Democrat. I'm assuming that.
You can do what you want to do. You can say what you want to say.
You're not even engaging the discussion.
No, I am engaging. I'm saying.
What are you such a supporter of Democratic Party for?
I'm not. I'm actually not.
Just outside your front door.
I'm actually not. I think they both.
Terrible.
If you ever listen to the show and you ever listen to me when I talk, I actually say.
So often.
Let me talk. Let me finish. If you ever listen to the show and you listen to what I talk, you would hear that I oftentimes say that they are both playing on both sides of the same team. One is offense, one is defense. So I'm not a Republican and I'm not a Democrat. But what you can't do is ignore the facts. And the facts being that this is a socialist-driven city where they don't have to designate their party designation. So
that's immaterial information. That's pointless information.
Immaterial.
They don't designate their political political.
You can't make facts immaterial. You can't do that. You're determining something to fit your designation and to fit and to back what you have to say.
Common Council doesn't indicate their political party.
No,
but it is not a fact that Milwaukee is not a Democratic stronghold.
But you started saying that
you look at the votes.
You started by saying that our leaders were Democratic, and because they were Democratic, we're in such a bad state, when the actual fact is they haven't had to designate that. So you started off wrong. So I'm just correcting it. True. Now, if you want to keep going back, you can go back and do it.
Wait a minute.
You started off wrong.
I mean, you're talking about Mayor Cavalier Johnson, and you're talking about he hasn't even been in office that long. Okay, what is it? Maybe 2 or 3 years? 4 years. That's not a long time in comparison. And prior to that, who was in office? All white mayors.
But we had a majority in Common Council, and that majority can get anything done if they're all aligned.
We don't.
That majority eventually.
See again, let me correct you. We just got the majority where African Americans and minorities were the majority on the Common Council within the last 1.5 years.
Preach.
2 years maybe.
That's not true.
It is absolutely
That
true.
is
We've had it since Barrett.
No, we haven't had. Have you? Listen, brother, I work for the Common Council. You count the numbers. When Barrett is in office, there were 15 Common Council members. You had at the most 6 African American Common Council members. 6 is not even half of 15. At the moment, we have 15.
You had more minorities.
If you
add in the minority.
You called in and you wanted to talk crazy as a black Republican, but you didn't have your facts right.
See?
So when you call in here and I'm up here, get your facts right, because I'm going to correct you. Because half of 15 is 7.5.
Brandon,
we didn't have 8 till just now in the last year or so.
Look, okay, let's be clear so we can get our designation correct, okay? Dame is more of an independent. Me, I'm a Democrat. I am a Democrat. Dave is more of an independent.
Yeah.
He sees both sides of the spectrum. I only see one way.
But what I'm not going to let somebody do, especially when I'm sitting up here, is call up here and talk crazy about black politicians in Milwaukee. We have enough issues. They're doing the best that they can do, and you may not like what they're doing, but they're working for us. Some of them ain't, some of them are. I'm not talking about the whole state.
Right.
I'm just saying. But what you're not going to do is say it's black Republican this, black Republican that.
No.
And because it's Democrats, they not doing something. And they've had the majority of the council. No. We just got the majority of the council. We just got that power within the last year or two when they did the Act 12 stuff. That's why they said with Act 12 you had to have 10 votes in order to put something on the budget.
Yep.
Because we had 9.
Yeah.
So they went to 10. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about.
I was just one quick question. So does he just assume that every African American that's on Common Council is not a Republican?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, just clear.
And I'm not saying that they are, but I'm saying again, they don't have to put that on the ballot.
They don't have to designate
They don't have to designate that. So you don't know what they are.
Yeah. And just like he is a black Republican, there are people that are.
Yeah.
And that's okay. If you want to be, amongst the Tim Scotts of the world, if that's your thing, that's okay.
Bruh. But you can't call up here.
I respect that right. But you can't call up here talking crazy
and then not have the facts right. And then jump off the boat with the facts wrong.
And he's sitting back now blessing you out.
He already was mad that he said when he get off air, I talk crazy. No?
Yeah.
So that means I had to talk crazy to you when you was on the phone now. Because like you saying I'm scared. No, I ain't scared. I talk crazy to anybody at any point, at any moment.
I'm never scared.
And it's going to happen. Anyway.
You just got to have it right.
I'm passionate, y'all. I'm not emotional. I'm just passionate about the things I believe in.
And it's okay if you was emotional about it. I get emotional about it because I believe in people that are looking out for my best interests.
And you know what's even...
And I want to come the closest to that, right? Because ain't no side perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But I need to go with where my beliefs lie and where I believe somebody is hearing me.
Bailey, you hit the nail on the head. You were like, white people have been in control of Milwaukee and this city.
Yes.
For since its inception.
Yes.
We had Marvin Pratt 2004.
Yep.
We had chances and stuff, right?
Right.
But we had glimpses of things. But in whole, we've been the majority for a year and a half, 2 years maybe on the council.
Yeah.
And you're going to put all of the issues of the city on us now.
Exactly.
Ignore the fact that everything that got us to this point was, how do you not know we would have been worse off had these black people not been in office?
Exactly. And even now, you want to talk about, like, if you look at the county, right? What happened prior to my guy getting in office? There wasn't always a head of the county that was black.
No.
So now you're blaming everything, the preamble to that,
Well,
on
you had
him?
Holloway, but before Holloway, it was all white.
Yeah.
And then you had Abley, and to say that, and then they cut the council down to they cut the county down to halftime. So you got halftime county supervisors that you're applying full-time issues to, and they're doing their best. And then you go after them with and I know it's that time of the year. You go after them about their campaign finance and stuff like that. But only the two black women happen to be the ones that this time did something that was questionable, right?
So I saw an article.
Okay.
Well, no, they said that they examined everybody.
That's what I'm saying. They do everybody.
Yeah,
but only those two got leaked out.
How would that be that they were the only two that got leaked?
Come on now. But I say all of that to say we ignore the fact that Wisconsin and Milwaukee alone has been a democratically, not democratically, but Caucasian ran area, right?
Yeah.
And we are now just getting our power. So don't blame us. We're trying to fix stuff.
And we coming in cleaning up the mess. Let's be clear.
Don't blame us for everything that's happened, because that's just regurgitating white supremacy at that point.
Yeah.
See, that's the Reconstruction thought that when black people got their power, that they were going to be in office acting like this and doing that, and you're just regurgitating that.
Exactly.
Give us some time to correct the boat. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Whew, that's your cousin.
I got hype right there. Let me drink my water.
Dang.
That's a great way to end the show, though.
It is
Shout
a
out
great
to Brian
way
for giving us something to
light a
end.
match.
Yeah, we ended. Like when you running track and the coach be like, run hard at the end.
Yeah, you gotta run hard at the end. He made us run hard.
at the end.
Shout out to Brian.
Yeah, shout out to Andrew too.
Andrew.
Good job,
Boy.
brother. We had a good time.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Bailey, you back
Okay, it
Thursday.
was Brandon. See, Brandon.
Brian was the other caller.
Brian was the other. Brandon was the last caller.
Yeah,
Shout out to Brandon.
So,
because you didn't say the Kool-Aid comment.
Well, whatever. It is what it is. Listen, I'm here tomorrow.
Okay.
Then you're back
Thursday and Friday.
You and Homer. It's me and Homer tomorrow. You're back Thursday and Friday with Homer. So y'all make sure y'all check us out. We got Sharon coming up next. I'm Dame Elsie, and you are
Bailey Coleman.
We had a good time this morning.
We did. Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth from the American Family Insurance Studio. Happy, Andrew? Are we good? All right. We'll check y'all out. I'll be off tomorrow.
I'll be here.
Sherwin Hughes up next.
Peace.
101.7 The Truth.